BlackRock changing everything, not only in crypto, but they're rethinking the way that baby boomers are retiring. My name is Coach JB. In today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down how BlackRock is rethinking retirement for the baby boomers and also the people coming up into retirement, and also how they're going to radically transform the financial and crypto space. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategy very simple so the normal everyday person can implement them. What I've done is I've created free resources for you on the back end of every video as well. If you stay till the end, I break down exactly what I'm doing for my paradigm. One of the questions I get all the time is how I insure my wealth. I use cash value life insurance policies. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states, all over the United States to help you. And we're expanding to Canada as well very soon to help you understand how we pull profits from risky assets, and we secure our money in cash value life insurance policies. So if you click the description down below, you can set up an absolutely free consultation with my licensed insurance team. You can also download my absolutely free book, which I show you guys exactly what I do on the back end of every video. So let's jump right into this. So BlackRock is rethinking retirement. They're changing the whole landscape. But remember, guys, remember when they told you to look this way, they were changing the whole narrative this way. So let's dive right into this. Okay. So first, this came out from Watcher Guru, if I'm saying that correctly. It says how it started versus how it's going. So this was the first article was published Friday, October 13th, 2017. Remember that? I've been telling you guys all about this. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink calls Bitcoin an index for money laundering. Let's fast forward to January 12th, 2024. BlackRock, Larry Fink, says Bitcoin ETFs are just the first step in a technological revolution of finance. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 7 years later, it goes from money laundering to a radical transformation in the financial system. At the same time, JPM, Onyx, JPM coin, I've broken all this down for you guys. First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. This whole charade that we're seeing within the financial system, the lawsuits going on, is all transferring us into a new monetary system. That's why I stay completely calm. That's why I don't jump in and out of the markets. That's why I have a very strict exit plan as they go up. I don't let any news FUD me in or FUD me out. I make decisions based on studying history and predicting the future and seeing waves of energy. Remember, what goes up must come down. When this goes up, it's going to come down even harder. So you're going to want to pull profits as these asset managers are going to be involved without full regulation. So let's take a look at this. We're going to continue to go through and look at this BlackRock narrative. Now, why do I focus on the BlackRock narrative so much is because BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world. They have over 10 trillion under management. They were tapped by the Federal Reserve in 2008 and 2020 to balance out our markets in America. They are the leader in almost every single company that you touch from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to sleep. Vanguard and BlackRock have the largest shares in almost every single product you touch, and specifically media as well. So you can believe a YouTuber, you can believe this or whatever it is, but whatever you're seeing on CNBC, Fox, all these things hitting the news are the information they want you to hear, and it's probably too late. So these are the hints that you're hearing now. Buy the rumors, sell the news. Buy the rumors, sell the news.
The fixed income markets are totally imbued by ETFs. And so at BlackRock, when we bought BGI, we had $290 billion of ETFs. Today, we have 3.5 trillion.
Let that sink in. 3.5 trillion in ETFs now.
And then this week alone, just yesterday, we launched the iShares Bitcoin ETF. And so I would say to you, if we could ETF a Bitcoin, imagine what we could do with all financial instruments. And so what we announced in our architectural change, iShares was this business division in itself. And we thought that's too exclusive. We needed to include the ethos, the philosophy, the spirituality of what iShares can provide in everything we do at BlackRock.
Okay, so I just wanted you guys to hear that part, guys. They're tokenizing everything. Everything. So this is the I highly recommend you guys go read this. This is Larry Fink's letter to shareholders. This is a part of it. I read through the whole thing. It says, in ETFs, we will continue to lead by example, expanding investments access globally through innovation. The ETF is an adaptable piece of financial technology, and over time, we have been able to do more with it than just make investments more affordable. We've been able to bring better liquidity and price discovery to more opaque markets. One recent example is the offering to the people, giving them exposure to Bitcoin through TFs. What you're seeing now, guys, is democratizing of private financing now, or excuse me, of financing. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be giving the whole financial system is going to be an even playing field. So you're going to be able to buy fractional shares of an apartment complex, right? So if you can't afford to get a full Bitcoin, you're going to be able to get an ETF, a small percentage of it. You're going to be able to buy in companies. They're going to tokenize everything, just like the stock market, guys. But everything is going to be tokenized. Everything's going to move through blockchain. Very, very important to understand. This is a wave of energy. So what I'm doing is I'm buying the rumors and I'm going to sell the news. So as this becomes really hypey and all the public starts coming in and the news says it's the best thing ever, I have already sold profits, and then when it collapses back down, I buy back in. That's just how I do it. It's a wave of energy. We're in now in this like the pot is boiling from the bottom up, right? So the frogs sit in the. Have you ever heard that before? Where the frog sits in there? If you throw it in boiling water, it jumps out. But if you put a frog, like a crypto investor, right, that's waiting for the top into a warm water, and you boil it slowly, they end up dying because they don't understand when to get out of the water. You have to get out of the water in time, guys. Do you think they're just going to let this keep going up? The bull run's just going to keep going up? No, you have to pull profits. You have to pull profits.
As I say in your letter, you talk a lot about the success of the capital markets, all that they've accomplished. At the same time, you do mention the problem with particularly U.S. debt. You think it's more urgent than any time, I think you said, you can remember in your lifetime. Put those two things together. To what extent has the success of the capital markets come specifically because we've taken more debt on the public balance sheet? We've shifted debt from private balance sheets to public balance sheets.
No question. Let's just use a statistic. And I think that when I talk about this statistic, I get frightened. In the year 2000,
Listen to this,
the
guys.
U.S.
Listen.
deficit was $8 trillion.
2000.
Today, it's $34 trillion. So 23 years later, we increased our deficit by $26 trillion. So for the first 40 years,
Listen,
we increased our deficit to 8 trillion. And in the last 23 years, we increased it by 20.
so let that sink in, guys. In the first 230 years, we increased it by 8 trillion. In the last 23 years, by 26 trillion. Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed, said this is unsustainable. He's talking about how dangerous this is. This is the rumors right here. He's giving you the rumor. He's saying, we're changing the financial system. We're tokenizing this shit. And then all of a sudden it'll be the news when JP Morgan and Wells Fargo and Bank of America will custody your crypto. FTX, Celsius, it was all the narrative. It's not safe. But when they have it all set, when they can run it through their systems, they'll be like, hey guys, it's safe. Come on in, water's warm. It's already boiling. You lost all your profits, guys.
$6 trillion. I think that speaks volumes of what's happening in our country today. The problem with these type of deficits is, and now and I believe higher interest rates for longer.
Listen.
The cost of financing our deficits are going to erode more and more of our disposable income as a country. And I do believe we're getting to a point where our public debt is going to start crowding out private capital, and we're going to have structurally higher interest rates.
What can the private sector do to trigger some action in that regard? I mean, you're the head of the largest asset manager in the world, Larry Fink. It's not just you, but you have some influence. At this point, we have candidates running for president who aren't even talking about this subject.
It's not even a conversation. So, listen. In my letter, I talk about the need for more public-private investments. Well, the United States is one of the last countries where we've had private capital investing in our infrastructure. And I believe if we changed our policies, privatized our airports, and privatized maybe our ports, and having private capital investing that, then our public spending could be rededicated to more urgent social needs, more urgent needs, elevating our education, elevating, our issues around Social Security and healthcare. And so I believe the need is to rethink what is the role and responsibility of the public sector for the development of better 21st century infrastructure.
All change.
We know that we are going to have to digitize our entire economy. We know we're going to have to move forward on decarbonization.
There you go, guys. The whole economy is being digitized. Okay. So we know Coinbase, this is back in 2022. Coinbase selected BlackRock, provided Aladdin clients access to crypto trading and custody via Coinbase Prime. So we know Coinbase is connected to BlackRock through Aladdin. This was on March 21st, 2024. The headline is BlackRock launches Build Fund for Digital Yield. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, has partnered with cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase to launch BlackRock Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, a blockchain-based investment fund designed to offer US dollar yields through tokenization. The announcement on Wednesday marks a step in the integration of traditional finance. Let me read that again to you. The announcement on Wednesday marks the step in an integration of traditional finance with blockchain technology. Oh, this is so exciting, man. So exciting. Okay, so we need to be careful. We need to understand, guys, that the amount of profit that's going to be made in the next 12 to 24 months is not normal, guys. It takes people their whole working at a corporation, a whole 30 years, 40 years sometimes to make the amount of money some people are going to make. Okay. It depends on when you got in. But for me, I'm just sharing with you guys exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So I've been in crypto late 2019. I got introduced. 2020, I started getting really a lot of exposure to it. And so from 2020 to 2022, I'm going to share with you exactly the same cycle I'm doing 2024 to 2026. Okay. So I don't care when people think the bull run's going to end. I do it based on price targets. And that's why we created Merlin. All of you guys get 30 days for free to try it out. It's an interface. We don't hold your keys or combos, 36,000 lines of code. We created it. We built it from the ground up. And you can set up exit plans. So we used to use spreadsheets. We created this tool and we decided to bring it public because it's freaking amazing. It helps you understand. My greatest example is SHIB just went parabolic just recently and I was able to exit 2 targets. So Merlin sent me an alert on my email. I was like, boom, you're ready to rock and roll. No emotion. Boom, exited, put my money away for taxes, put that into, and I'll share with you what I do with that. So for me, say we have 100% of my crypto portfolio. Okay. I'm exiting 50% if it hits the targets during this bull run. Okay. 50% is staying in my portfolio for legacy forever. Okay. That 50%, I will, once everything settles down, after the bull run, I will stake some of it for interest income, free money. And then I will leverage some of it to get tax-free money to buy more assets. Okay. The 50% that I'm exiting, for me, most of them will be long-term capital gains. I'll put my money away for taxes for that. And then the profit will go into max fund my index universal life policies. That's exactly what I'm doing. They're set up ready to max fund. My money will go into my index universal life policies. They'll be available to access the cash value. Okay. Also, it's a long-term strategy for me though, guys. This is everybody's like, insurance is sexy on the back end. It's not sexy in the front end. It's not a retirement policy. It just allows you to access, because of tax code 7702A, that's a tax code. It's not a policy. It allows you, because of that tax code, to access your money around retirement age or access your money tax-free, right? So to build wealth, it's always great to be able to access your money tax-free, right? Would you rather get taxed on the money on the back end or tax-free? So if I want to buy more assets, I'll borrow from myself tax-free to buy more assets. So if I borrow at 5% and I'm making 7% when it's indexed, I'm still making 2% on my money and I'm using OPM, other people's money, to buy more assets. Okay. So I'm diversified in precious metals, which is silver. I'm using Bitcoin as my gold. Businesses, I'm diversified in business across information technology, attention, and education. And then self-development. And then we're heading into real estate. So that's the next phase for us. But and then on top of that, I have the Rockefeller Trust set up, which is the waterfall system set up on top of that. So I got my insurance, my money insured. I got the trust over all of that. And so it's a great way to protect to grow and to take advantage of these shifts in economic times, right? So, but I just wanted to continue to bring these messages out and share with you guys what I'm doing, because there's so many people getting emotional right now, and there's so many people, we see the same wave of energy. Everybody's getting into meme coins now. That is such an addictive, I'm sorry, it's such an addictive behavior to create, because it's just like the casino. You hit it big a couple times, you think you're going to keep doing it, and it creates addictive behaviors. Those are not good strategies. Those are not healthy for wealth building. It's not healthy for generational wealth. You want to diversify. You want to have, a risky part of your portfolio. Have some, for me, like the insurance is at the bottom of the risk pyramid. It's insured money. Like, that's crazy, right? It's insured money. I have businesses, some are doing well, some are struggling right now, some are, so my point behind this is be careful of addictive behaviors, because you hit a couple times, you think you're going to do it again, you end up losing your whole nest egg. Rule number one, don't lose money. Warren Buffett. Rule number two is follow rule number one. So we don't play games with our money. We don't play games with our money. It's not something we do. It's very, very coveted. We honor it. It's a resource. It's a frequency. It's an energy. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. So everything in the description down below. So in the description video, you can set up a free consultation with my insurance team. You can download Merlin 30 days for free. You can download my free book. You can join our academy if you choose to. There's all kinds of things we can do to support you. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, warriors rise. It's also my social media platform as well, or the link up there. Love you guys.